Sorry.
Hey guys, what's up? So, if you guys do not know who Dr. Phil is, I see him on YouTube. I've seen him a lot on YouTube. I've seen him. I was at the gym even today, recently, like a lot. I'm at the gym. Nope, he'll be on the TV. And if you do not know who he is, he's also a YouTuber, I believe. He does basically like he has a TV show and he helps people with their problems or something like that. I mean, he's pretty good at what he does from what I see, but I've always wondered if he was actually a doctor because I'm not sure because he actually does help people out. So I'm not sure if he's just called a doctor because that's what he does, or if he actually has just a PhD or degree in being a doctor. So I actually looked it up, and Dr. Phil is actually a doctor. He has a PhD in psychology, but Dr. Phil is not a psychologist. He is not licensed as a psychologist. So basically, with psychologists is that you wouldn't have to, or licensed as a psychologist, and that license can actually run out. So we're actually going to be taking. So he used to be a psychologist, but not anymore. So there's going to be a link down in the description. This is the website, guys. Everyday Psychology. It basically sums everything up, and you guys can actually read more about it. There's a lot you can read, a lot of paragraphs. I'm going to go through some of the basics with it, guys. So there's some questions with in blue, and then below it is the paragraph explaining and answering the question. So basically, the summary of the article is Dr. Phil a doctor? He has a PhD in psychology, which does make him an actual doctor, but he is not a psychologist. He is not licensed as a psychologist. He used to be a psychologist. He used to be licensed. He's not anymore. He cannot practice psychology, and what he does is not actually the practice of psychology. And yes, he is actually able to call himself Dr. Phil. He does play one on TV. Many professions would probably just think of him as an entertainer, perhaps have a professional degree. He probably didn't cause himself any legal problems by visiting any that hospital. He doesn't refer to himself as a psychologist. He knows that it will bring him conflict with the California law. He's not trying to say that he's not a psychologist. He doesn't want to get in trouble with the law. I'll explain why he's not a psychologist. The main point is that he's not a doctor. I mean, he is a doctor, but he's not a psychologist, guys. He apologized for the involvement he was in with Britney Spears. So Dr. Phil does not involve any treatment to the people, but he does refer them to somebody else so they can actually give the treatment if they do need one to the person, someone he has confidence and who he believes in. Since Dr. Phil has 30 years of experience and a hard-earned PhD in clinical psychology, he is eligible to be licensed in California as far as education, training, and experience is, but he chooses not to. Down here talks about what's the big deal if he's licensed or not, and then down here talks about is he going to be disciplined, what's going to happen to him, and if he intentionally misled the public. So you guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.